Yeah, Daddy's phone was broken, but it still managed to shoot some video. So what are you playing with now, boys? Ship.
The ship.
Very good. Do you like the ship?
Yeah.
Good.
Water.
Water. You like the water.
Is the water hot or cold?
Cold.
It's a bit cold, isn't it?
Ice cold.
Ice cold.
Oh my god. God, he's really coming on in leaps and bounds. So we spent most of the day inside because it was kind of raining and damp. What did we play with inside?
Papa.
What were we playing with?
Papa. TikTok.
And Duplo, train track and Duplo, good boys. Yeah, so we put two of them together and we made bridges and all kinds of things. And yeah, and so now we just came outside towards the afternoon to play with the to get wet towards the end of the day, rather than the middle of it, because I don't think I could really handle that.
Good.
Cold, yeah.
Maybe if it's sunny, then you're alright.
The added benefit of this thing is that because their hands, wow, thanks you, are underwater so long, it gets all the dirt out from under their nails, which is fantastic.
Their hands have been asleep.
Because we don't have a bath in this house, so they've been having showers. Oh, you want more water? No, it's at the.
Oh, that's our capacity now.
Yeah, it's the ship will actually sink.
Hiya! Have you got his teeth? Teeth! Is he smiling?
So there you go. That's what we're at the moment. More. See, the thing is, you can't really go anywhere under this lockdown because limited places, and I just find like trying to get them into a park is just a pain in the backside. Everybody's talking about reopening the pubs and shops and hairdressers and all that. How are we going to reopen playgrounds?
That's our priority, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like they're not, profit-making exercises, but it's really important for little people of this size. But I don't know how you're going to do it, because like in a pub or in a shop, you can kind of like tell people to socially distance, but and wash their hands and everything. But how do you get these two to socially distance and then wear a mask and then disinfect everything that they've used? I don't know. So it looks like no matter what lockdowns are lifted or anything, that I don't know how you can really get playgrounds reopened, which is a shame because they're losing out on exercise and social interactions. Anyway, that's just. What were you going to say, darling? You can't remember
I
now.
can't remember. I'm sitting down. I finished work for 4 days. It's the weekend.
Well, for you.
For me. Oh yeah. My plans include making veggie chili. We don't think Thomas likes meat, so we're going to try.
No,
cut
words.
No. Well, all right, you don't.
He likes ham.
You don't have to eat it. It's all right. It'll be for me and Mother.
Okay, we'll pick this up later on. And that's what I like to do of an evening. Is come out and dig the makings of a flower bed. I'll tell you one thing, if that shovel and that edger hadn't been here, I'd be rightly snookered. And so I'm going to put a couple of plants and bulbs in there, and kindly given to us by my sister and parents. So they'll go in there, and sure, we'll see how we get on. Excuse me. There was no video yesterday out as a mark of respect to my late uncle John Hughes, who died yesterday morning. A native of Curracrow, Hollymount, County Mayo. He lived most of his adult life in Chicago, in America, and he had a long, protracted illness with cancer, and he sadly passed away yesterday morning at home, survived by his wife, my Aunt Mary, and son Sean, my cousin. And unfortunately I can't express my sympathies to them in person, so this will have to do. It's very sad and it's very strange. He I believe he was last home in Ireland 6 years ago, so he's never met my wife Helen, because we're only together 5 years. And he has the same birthday as the boys, as the twins, and himself and Mary have been very generous over the years to the twins, although they've never met them, and now we never will, which is a shame. So he suffered with cancer for quite a while. I think the last time he came home to Ireland, his doctor had said to him before he went to that the results of a test was coming, but he'd given the results when he came back to America. So go home to Ireland and enjoy yourself. And that's I don't think he did get good results from it anyway in the end. But that's a long old time to suffer. And I feel very sad for his wife Mary and his son Sean, but also my other uncles and my mother, because within the last year or so, they've also lost their sisters Agnes and Mary, and that both of those were extremely tough, but now they won't really be able to have a proper goodbye for John because of this damn virus. And he's actually made arrangements for to be buried in Ireland. But even still, will anybody be able to go to the funeral? So when his remains arrive here in Ireland, will anybody be able to go? I suppose in a way Mum and Dad will be able to go and visit the grave at some point, because it doesn't really look like international travel is going to reopen anytime soon, but at least there's that. But it's just so sad, and I can't go home and give my mother a hug. And I can't really either bring the boys to see her and distract her with them, because she can't see them either. So my poor mum, poor John. He was the loveliest, funniest man. Full of devilment. But anyway, he is at peace now, and he is suffering no more. The story I remember him telling most often, which is just, he told it many times, and it got better at each telling, so I probably won't do it justice. But and I think I have all the details right anyway. But this is Chicago in the 1980s, and my Uncle John was coming home, and they lived in the north side of Chicago, and this is around the time John Wayne Gacy, the serial killer, had been active, shall we say, for several years, and as far as I know, John was on his way home, and he I think, did he hear on the radio that they'd found the house where all the bodies were, and it was on his way home, so he decided just to swing by. Now that tells you something about the man, because most people would stay away from, but John was a curious sort of an individual, and he headed in anyway. And the thing about Chicago is the geography. There's a little area of it, I can't remember is it Harwood Heights or something like that, it's like an enclave, so it's not part of Chicago City, even though it's more or less in the middle of the suburbs. And that's where this house was. And so he found the house, and he started walking in, because like it had only just been discovered, so there was no like cordon around it or anything, and there was like ambulances and sirens and everything. But he was walking in anyway, and two police officers stopped him, and they said, "Where do you think you're going?" And he looked at their badges, and he said, "Hang on a minute, you're Chicago police. This is Harwood Heights. You're not incorporated here. You don't have any authority here." And they kind of looked at him and said, "All right, okay." And he sort of went, "Sure, we'll go in and have a look." Anyway, so he wandered in to the scene, the crime scene that was the John Wayne Gacy's house, where all of the poor murder victims' bodies were found. But anyway, that's a story in itself. But what makes it kind of classic is that his poor wife Mary was at home watching the live news breaking and seeing this house being uncovered, and who does she see walking by? Only my Uncle John, her husband, which surely would have caused her some alarm, I'd imagine. But anyway, so there you have it. I hope that thinking of his funny stories like this will give Mary and Sean and all of the rest of my cousins in Chicago some comfort, and the fact that his suffering has ended. May he rest in peace. thinking of you all. Good night.